Hi, thanks for stopping by. My name is Michelle with Paperstampink, and today I'm going to share with you some alternatives for the June 2018 Paper Pumpkin subscription. Let's go ahead and set these aside. We'll get back to these in just a moment. I want to share, in case you're not aware what Paper Pumpkin is, it is a kit that is sent out by Stampin' Up. You can sign up to get them. They come once a month. You can sign up for a month, 3, 6, or a year at a time, and they come in this little box, and every month you get some supplies in there that you're going to be able to make some great cards with, or 3D projects. And now each month you do get some things that you're going to be able to add to your permanent stash. So this month you always get a spot and a Stampin' Spot, and this month the color's Lovely Lipstick, and you also always get a stamp set. And this one is all about congratulations kind of thing. So proud of you. Just wanted to say it's your day, you did it, and this birthday cake. Now this month, Paper Pumpkin and Stampin' Up! Did something a little different in that they made sure all of these supplies coordinate with our Broadway birthday suite. And so that Broadway birthday suite includes a stamp set. So these are items that you can purchase through the catalog that will go with your Paper Pumpkin subscription. So there's the stamp set, there's a die set, and then there's some gorgeous paper. And this is a specialty paper. It's all double-sided, but it has this glossy side, foiled side, and then on the flip side you have your bright colored patterns. So very versatile. Check out the suites if you're looking for easy to coordinate items, and let's go ahead and I'm going to show you what comes inside the box. Now a lot of it's out of the box already because I've used it, but you do get a sheet that shows the samples of what suggestions they give for you to make. So this kit would make 8 cards with the coordinating envelopes, and then they have instructions inside for you as well. I don't like to follow instructions. I like to come up with my own ideas. So I've made 6 cards, well 7 cards, and pulled supplies for one that we're going to do together today. And I still have lots of supplies left over in this kit. I've got several envelopes because I haven't put them in envelopes yet. I've got some note cards, stickers, embellishments, tabs, thread, linen thread. So these die cuts, all sorts of things I'm going to be able to use on some future projects as well. So let's go ahead and get started with what designs I came up with. So I love that they give us the note cards with the pattern paper, but I don't love the fact that you get a note card and it's pattern paper on the front and the back. And I just think that's waste of the pretty pattern paper. So I take and cut those apart and put them onto my 110 pound, my Whisper White thick cardstock. And so this is one of the ones I came up with. I took one of those note cards, cut the panel down, used the die cuts, popped this up on some dimensionals. I did pull a couple of pieces of product in from my stash. I try to keep it to a minimum because I do like to show what you can do with the kit without having to add extra items. So the things I did pull in, besides my card bases, is I did pull in a sheet of Lemon Lime Twist and some Lovely Lipstick, and then the inks I pulled in my Lemon Lime Twist and Memento Tuxedo Black. So that's all I added, besides dimensionals, which there were some dimensionals in there I believe too this month. So this is the one I came up with. Congrats, you did it. Just took cut that down, added this little strip, added some of the pearls that came in there that already have an adhesive back. This one has the sticker panels that were included in there. You get this red panel and this Lemon Lime Twist polka dot panel. I took one of those little sentiment strips, cut it down, and then used the star background to make a little, or star pattern to make a little background. This I just popped some circles out using my circle punches of the pattern paper, cut the envelope down. That's actually the flap of one of the envelopes here. Added a strip of Lemon Lime Twist. Again, used the stickers and brought in my Lemon Lime Twist there. I did just a very monochromatic card. This one I did a shaker card. So it's actually the circles that I cut out from here. I used on another card there. So I cut out these circles, put a sheet of acetate behind there, added some of the die cuts and stickers in the background, and then I did pull in these sequins, I forgot about that, and some seed beads from my stash to make this shaker card, put the hooray across the front. And I have to tell you, I struggled with that hooray sentiment in there because it's beautiful, but it's rather large, and on some of their samples they had it going across that marquee design, or it just didn't seem to fit to me. I liked it on my own, but that's just me. You can do your cards the way you like to do them. So that's a great thing about paper crafting. There's no right or wrong. Everybody can put their own personal touches on it. This, I took a piece of that pattern paper that I cut off of the front or back of one of those note cards, and I just cut it down the middle, made a strip where I could put the hooray it's your day, popped up on dimensionals that cake, added some candles, put our balloon stickers, and used some of that thread to tie a bow. This is one where I did use a panel to put the hooray across, some of the sequins that have the sticky back sequins that came in the kit, and these were both sticker panels that came with it. So very quick and simple. It's a little hard to tell. I did put some of the linen thread along the back of that panel. I don't know that it was really necessary, as it doesn't show up so well against the stripes, so I'd probably skip that if I made that card again. And then this is the one that we are going to make today. It's just a little fun fold. This is again one of those panels that I've cut down, added some dimensionals. This congrats folds up, and so proud of you. So let's get started on making that. So I took one of these note cards that's pre-printed. I cut it down to 3.5 inches wide and scored at 3/8 inch, and I've already done that for us here. And there is that piece of paper. And then I took a lemon lime twist at 4 by 5 3/8. I have another piece of scrap, and I have our marquee and then some of the linen thread. I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo Black to stamp this, and the stamps I'm going to use are the congrats and the so proud of you. Or is that the one I did on this? I think, yeah, proud of you. So I did somehow, with all the little things on my desk, which sometimes can be a mess. I don't know if that's like any of you. Give me a thumbs up if anybody else ends up with a messy craft desk sometimes. Hopefully I'm not the only one. I did have to pull some other sequins from my craft stash to add to this card because somehow I lost that strip somewhere. I'm sure it'll show up one of these days. So let's go ahead and get started on assembling this card. So the first thing I'm going to do is add this linen thread to the back. Find the easiest way is to use the double-sided tape to adhere this linen thread down. Give that a good burnish. So if you have your Paper Pumpkin subscriptions and you've done some cards, I sure would love to have you share those with me. You can share them on my Facebook page at Paperstampink, or leave me a note. I love getting inspiration from others as well. That's one of the great things I love about paper crafting, is it's such a great community for sharing. So we're just going to wrap that around, make an X, and then I'm going to bring it through one more time to get that pattern and stick it down there. I've got a little bit more than I needed, so we'll cut that off. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I sure would appreciate you subscribing. You can push the button down below, the subscribe, tap the bell, and it'll notify you of new videos whenever I post. That way you can keep up to date on what projects I'm working on, and hopefully I can give you inspiration in the future as well. Now, I did forget to cut my panel down, so I'm going to go off screen here for a moment. I apologize for that, and we're going to just cut this note card down, I just had a regular panel. We only need one piece. We don't need a top folding or side folding card for this one. My favorite glue that I have is Tombow Mono Multi Glue. I just like that, gives me that ability to shift things around a little and get them lined up more perfectly. Not that we're going for perfection when we're doing handcrafts. Now this is a little different than normally. I'm going to mat something and have an edge all the way around, and oh, Michelle, you skipped a step here. We're gonna fix that. Nothing is unfixable. I need to take this panel here before I adhere that down. We're going to give that a little glue and just slide it right in here. Another advantage of using the Tombow Mono Multi. You can have a little bit of time to go back if you make those mistakes. So I'm just trying to get that lined up in the middle there of that panel. Now let's go ahead and give it a good push down. And I still have that a little bit off there. So let's shift it slightly up and over. Well, see, like I said, paper crafting is not about perfection. Sometimes it's better to just pull that right off while it's fresh and lay it down again. All right, so now I'm going to have a nice little white edge along there. Now, I'll set that over to the side, and I'm going to stamp my congrats on that front panel. There we go, give it a nice amount of ink, and we're just going to center that on there. Now, rather than trying to figure out those exact dimensions, what I did is I just glued this down onto a scrap that was more than big enough. And I'm going to do some fussy cutting. Now, I'm not a big fussy cutter, so if I can do this, you guys can do this. I'm just going to trim and leave a little bit of that lemon lime twist. Most of this card is in the black and white, so if you've got a favorite color that you want to use, or maybe the recipient, if you do a graduation card or some kind of achievement that they've accomplished recently, you could tie in whatever card works for that person or that event. So that's the nice thing with using a lot of black and white with just a little splash of color in there. It allows you to personalize it for the recipient as well. There we go, just about done. Thanks for hanging with me there, and snip that corner off. All right, here's where I'm going to add my other sequins, and I'm just going to scatter them around. No exact rhyme or reason, although, you know, in general I do like to do them in odds. It's found that odds can be more pleasing visually to the eye and design, so I think this 3 is plenty for this card. Gonna bring in some dimensionals, and let's let that dry before we put it on the card. Pop those on, and let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment here. Wow, I've got my paper going all wonky here too. A little out of control today. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. So I'm going to use that "So Proud of You" and just stamp that right down there. Now we have our fun fold panel, and I'm going to center this around where those, oops, take your backs off. That would be a little helpful. There we go. I'm going to center that on here. And line my threads up where I want them. And there we go. We've got our Fun Fold Congrats card. I hope that you enjoyed this, and thanks for sticking with me through my baubles today. Again, if you like to have more card inspiration, I sure would appreciate you subscribing to my channel. And if you're looking for any products from Stampin' Up! And you don't already have a demonstrator, please visit my page at paperstampink.stampinup.net, and all the supplies will be there. I also have a Facebook page. That link will be below, as well as the link to my website. Have a great day and happy crafting.